Hi, my name's Colin, and I'm an instructor, and this is going to be an instructional video for the new, at the time of this video, the new Buttonwillow Circuit. Last time I did an instructional video was about 11 years ago, so hey, great to be back. You will, or maybe you won't, notice that this is not me driving, but my 14-year-old son in a 91 Miata with some problems with the lower end, so it didn't have a lot of power. So this is truly going to be what we call a grassroots instructional video. There's no Porsches here, there's no turbo kits, there's no $100,000 cars sweeping around corners with $1,000 worth of telemetry on them. In fact, this whole car only cost about $2,000. So anyway, if you're interested in learning how to drive around this corner, drive around the corners of this track, we'll try and help you out a little bit. So we're already kind of midway into this lap. So Jensen, why don't you tell me, like, what were your initial thoughts about driving on this track? Good, bad, happy, intransigent?
It's not as bumpy as, for example, like Willow Springs or the other Buttonwillow track. It's a lot smoother, but it is a lot of late apex corners and just really weird corners. They're all interesting in their own way, with sometimes really late braking. Sometimes you just tap on the brake spit and you feel like you're gonna throw yourself off the corner and end up in a ditch somewhere. And then there's, of course, this random hairpin right here.
Just a random hairpin. Which, by the way, what's up with all the tires? Like, it's like an insane asylum with the amount of padding that they have on the walls out here. What are they expecting to happen, really? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Probably some random guy in a Honda Accord deciding to fly.
And then there's this one, which is just a really tight corner. So I actually went off with my student, I think, twice on that corner. So we'll kind of talk about that later. So we're coming up to the end of the lap here, and as you can tell, this might have not been our favorite track. And in fact, the person running this event did go around and ask the different teams if this was their favorite new track, and 0 hands were raised. And I actually rose the possibility of, hey, could we run this thing backwards? And as you'll see, the answer is no, unfortunately, because of the way that some of the tire walls and just some of the walls are put in. So we'll kind of talk about it. Okay, so the corner onto the front straight, at least in a Miata, you're pretty much full tilt on here. Fairly standard 90-degree left. Again, just make sure you're coming out all the way out to the outside. Turn 1, this is, again, all of them are pretty much late apexes. So turn 1 is going to be a late apex. There really isn't much on the left that you can use as a braking marker. I mean, you'll brake pretty much, you'll turn in at that 1. You'll really get your butt down all the way over to the right, down to that cone, late apex. And on the exit here, you will notice that's actually the entrance to the track. So great of them to design a track where you come flying out of a corner directly into the people who are coming on the track. That's brilliant. This next corner, it's very late sweeping. In fact, you actually stay, where is it, all the way over to the left here, right?
Yeah, you stay all the way over to the left to get yourself ready for this next corner.
And this is the important corner, where, again, a late apex to the right, and then you float all the way up. So what are we coming up to next?
We're coming up to one of the big sweeping corners. In my Miata at this time, I just took it flat out. If you're in maybe a slightly more horsepower car, maybe worse tires, you're probably going to have to lift, or maybe I saw one of the Porsches doing like a little bit of a brake, but
yeah. And in the GRs, the Toyota GRs, honestly, we just needed to lift a tiny bit. This one, there's a little bit of a breakdown of that one cone on the right. Just make sure you're really all the way down here. And now you really want to be all the way out to the outside. None of my students wanted to go out to the outside before coming back, but it's a really nice sweeper. This one, it's just 180-degree right. Fairly standard,
late apex, throw yourself out straight onto a straightaway.
I'm going to call it the asylum because of all of the padded walls on there. They don't have any naming. You can buy naming rights to this thing. I don't know why you would, but you technically, if you want to throw money away, then, name it. But I'm calling that one the asylum. This one, very sharp left-hand corner coming off of a fast straight. Everyone seemed to want to go off there. This one is fun. This is actually a dual apex. So you turn in at the 1, you aim for that cone on the right-hand side, you do trail braking, brake as hard as you possibly can, and pitch the steering wheel over like you're just about to lose it off the edge of the track, just as hard as you friggin' can, like you're playing Mario Kart. You just chuck that thing into the right, and then these last 2 corners, how are you taking them?
flat out entire.
Okay, your car is low on power. How would you take it in a
I would say lift.
Just lift for the first one?
Lift for the first one.
And then really just, I think, be brave on the last corner.
Yeah, that last corner is just flat out. There's even, like, I barely could get out to the outside without...
Yeah, I think it's hard to imagine. I mean, you'd really have to have a lot of horsepower in order to not go flat out through that one. But again, here, there's probably somewhere on that left wall that you can mark, or that one cone. Obviously, don't trust cones because they're going to disappear. Here, you're just going to attack every car coming on the track. So when you're coming on the track, really look behind you, because there's going to be cars rocketing out of that thing sideways. There's going to be some friggin' Porsche driver with more money than brains, just like with his back end heading straight out towards you. So really, really watch yourself coming out of the track. But, oh, this is a fun part of the track, too. By the way, did you notice off in the distance, not too far in the distance, are cars coming the other direction over the hill? If you go off the track there and they come off the track in the same place, you guys can have a tea party. Like, you guys can meet right there and have, like, a nice little party. Because the two tracks are so close to each other. No parties for you? Okay,
no.
Fine. Nothing for you. Oh, good, you got by someone. That guy's got to feel sad with a zero compression motor on a 91 Miata. So again, here, what do you think? It's late apex because everything is late apex because someone sneezed while designing this thing. But
right.
Oh, don't be sideways. That's not a parking spot. So we're down to a yellow flag, which gives us a few more seconds to talk about it. This one I did notice, if you do hit it early, it severely, or if you hit that in the mid, like if you really don't think that the Asylum is a incredibly late apex corner, it will happily chuck you off to the outside of that thing with just no hesitation whatsoever. You decided to go for a pass here. Oh, very nice. At least we put on new brake pads. Are you going to pass into the corner? Okay, good.
Pointed me by.
Yeah, he pointed you by. All right, any last notes before we let our audience of 5 people go?
If you're deciding to go to your first race or track day here, just don't. Go find a later date or someplace else. This is just not a good starting track.
You don't think so? Fun. I mean, there's, what do you think? You think? I mean, because Big Willow, that's too big to start. Like if you're just starting off, right?
If you want to start, go to the other button.
The regular Buttonwillow?
Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree with that a little bit. The only reason I say that is because late apexes are technically safer. Because you always, if you're starting out as a new driver, always do a late apex. If you don't know what a late apex is, I'm not going to explain it here. I don't have time. I got to go to bed soon. So I would say just, go look up a video on early and late apexes. Or if you're watching this video, you probably already know what those are. So always start turns late apex. And this entire course really forces you to do late apexes most of the way around the track. I'd say 3/4 of the turns are late apex. So I really hope maybe they make some changes to this course or find a way to run it backwards. I think backwards would be a huge amount of fun coming off this hill down to the last corner. And I hope they do something about that pit entrance, because I don't know, maybe nothing will happen, but it just seems sketchy to me. So we'll see. All right, any last notes?
No, I think we're all good here.
All right, we're all good. All right, well, any comments, put them at the bottom, and I may or may not ignore them. But wish you all the best out there, and have a great day.